I read about somewhere. I read you had told the story at some point of the Michael Jackson. Yeah, let me see if I have this right. You're in the refugee camp. You're in Vienna, I think, and you hear that Michael Jackson is in town, right? And
Yeah.
and for some reason you don't have a ticket or something, but you just go to
No
this,
money.
and you have no money, but this he is your idol. He is
Yeah.
your guy. So what
Yeah.
happens? Tell the story.
Well, I come down from quarantine after 3 months. This is my favorite story of my life, by the way. Okay, I'm not gonna be shy about it. I'm gonna
How
put it
how how,
out
how
there.
old were you?
14 now,
14. Okay.
14 and a couple of months, I would say. Um, I'm sitting down on a table. You know, it's like it just got my refugee card that I can't leave the camp. It was a red and yellow one. I still remember. And I see some refugee Hungarians who are speaking, but they keep saying Michael Jackson. So I said, "Hey, I speak a little English, and what's happening with this dude?" And they said he's coming to town. And I was just like, "Wow, when?" He goes like, "Tomorrow." I was like, "Oh, wow." So what I did was that I left really early. And back in the days, if we would jump on the trains, the ticket collector will come, and if you didn't have it, they would throw you out. So that happened to me about like 4 or 5 times until I was able to arrive. And Kim Wilde was opening for him,
Okay.
which not that many people had. They have to be my age to remember there was a Kim Wilde.
I remember Kim Wilde. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And everyone was chanting Michael, Michael, and I was just standing there, and my tears were coming down. Not because I can't go in. It wasn't this poor guy can go in. It was more like, oh my goodness, I am, you know, breathing the same air that Michael is breathing. I was like, that's what I was crying for. And all the gates starts closing, and one of them, right in front of me, didn't fully close, and two securities were smoking a cigarette. Like Midnight Express, I just put my head down and I started walking, and no one stopped me, right? So no one stops me. I go to the second row behind this guy who's holding on to his girlfriend and on his shoulder.
Wait a minute.
Michael Jackson.
You run into the stadium.
Yeah, I go into the Sephora line right
And you go right to the floor, or you go right to the where the stage is.
Where stages beside this girl, like on top of her boyfriend, and Michael Jackson comes with an air balloon. He jumps out of the air balloon with the wolf mask, everything I have asked for. He spins and he points at me and he says, "Get on me, Thriller," whatever, right? And I'm like looking at this thing, and she drops, she passes out. So the security come and take her away.
The girl next to you, the girl on top of her boyfriend, passes out.
So I'm now in front of the stage, and Michael is actually performing for me. So the Willy Wonka and the golden ticket or whatever that was, the kid really got it. So it was great.
Do you really think Michael was pointing at you, or was he maybe pointing to about 1,000
Because
people?
he was in the center. I was in the center. I knew to get myself, so he was just pointing in the center. It wasn't.
I like how in your
me.
remembrance of the story, he pointed right at you as he was singing Thriller. But that's fine. I think that should be the story.